No, that works for me. Yeah.
All right. So what got you interested in coaching?
Well, actually, I was Masters 5, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then I D-ranked to Diamond 3. And then I was like pretty sad. I thought like, yeah, what can I improve on? And because my goals were like going to GM 5 at least. Especially like this season. I really want to achieve that.
Yeah.
But everything is crazy right now.
Yeah, of
Especially
course.
like, yeah, this patch is just insane. Especially
Yeah.
with the hitboxes. And I just have to adjust. So
Yeah.
I'm just interested as well to hear your thoughts about season 9.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little too early to say for sure. I think that there probably needs to be some sort of tweaking with some of the numbers that they did with the hitboxes. It feels like so much so that like, I don't know, like it feels like burst damage is still here just because of how easy it is to hit shots, you know?
Mhm.
And it feels like some characters kind of like got left behind. But you know, I think beyond that, it's kind of hard to say. So, okay. So, how long you been playing the game before Overwatch 2, or were you your started of Overwatch 2? Like, what's the deal?
I'm literally an original member of the first Overwatch. I knew, like, when I was
Wow.
in Germany, I bought the original, like, deluxe pack
Yeah.
on store with the code and the CD
Whoa.
of Overwatch. And
CD. Wow. Like
yes,
that is that's
it's like
insane.
a limited edition thing. Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. Well, cool. And I'm seeing here that you're like DPS tank player, kind of
Yes.
somewhere 50-50. Okay.
Yes.
Why not support? And have you been like, what's like, let's put it this way. What has your like role hero path been like since 2016?
Well, it started off as like I was a Bastion soldier main. And then after like the whole like a soldier is just like so like standard boring. You just play Call of Duty all the time in that sense. Well, I'll never play Call of Duty, but it was just like getting like judged on in game for
Yeah.
playing soldier the entire time. Um, and because of the bunker comp, right back then,
Yeah.
in Bastion, I thought like, yeah, it's not really that fun for me.
Yeah.
So I kind of switched to Genji, and yeah, I also played support back then and not tank. Yeah, it was kind of my mistake because
Yeah.
if I knew that Overwatch 2 made tanks different in that sense,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have switched to support. But what I played as support was like Ana, yeah, mostly actually.
Okay. Makes sense. And then now you're on a little bit back on the tank role, Orisa Ramhog, Genji Cassidy. Why all
Yeah.
those characters? And how does that split usually look up? Is it 50-50 tank and DPS? Is it mostly DPS, mostly tank? How does it usually work?
Mostly right now, because Genji is the most fun hero for me.
Yeah.
I'm like mostly queuing Genji, and if they pick counters like I don't know, Mei, Farah, of course the rework right now changes her, but let's just say the rework didn't happen yet. Then I'll pick Cassidy.
Yeah.
Echo as well. I feel like Echo for me, if I play Genji, is like a hard counter because of the
Yeah.
beam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I want to play tank, I usually pick Roadhog if they don't have honor, and yeah, then I just destroy them.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Sounds good.
And
And you want to rank up, you want to improve really both your tank and DPS if possible.
if possible, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
have tank games right now because I didn't do the preliminaries.
That's fine.
on
That's
them.
fine. That's fine.
So I only have Genji gameplay because I did my DPS.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I think like obviously like some of the stuff that we'll talk about with DPS, I'm sure will carry over to tank as well. And then, you know, we'll just focus on DPS for right now. So what do you hope to get out of the session? You say choosing my engagements better, mechanics, how to fix a bag nano that I get without being too aggressive and dying, how to play better against Junkrat in tight spaces. Yeah, all those stuff. I mean, the key thing is that Junkrat's going to be, I think, a little bit less of an issue moving forward. Don't fight a Junkrat tight spaces is the key
whole
thing.
One-shot thing that annoyed me so much. I thought like, how do I counter that?
And actually, the hitboxing is a double-edged sword for the Junkrat. Now, I was playing some Junkrat just to kind of see how he'd feel. I played like a game on stream a few days ago, and I played versus a Genji, And actually, the size of my projectiles meant that if he deflected, even if I like flicked my crosshair away, he would still deflect it right back at me. Like deflect got an indirect buff with these projectile changes because it's like actually so much easier to accidentally shoot deflect, which is insane. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But yeah, we'll go over all that. How often do you play Overwatch per day? 2 to 3 hours on a weekday, 5 hours on the weekends. Is that like a little bit of DPS, a little bit of tank?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
Right now, obviously, mostly DPS.
Yeah.
But usually it's a bit split. I would say more like 70-30. But like if I'm losing on DPS, I will just switch to tank and just play tank that day.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. But DPS kind of feels like it has the priority for you, even when you're playing mostly. Okay. Yes. All right, sounds good. And tank is kind of like when I'm bored or when I'm tired or when I'm not playing well.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Do you warm up?
Yes.
What do you do?
Depends if I play Cassidy or not.
Okay, when you're playing Cassidy, what do you do to warm up?
I play deathmatch, and I play one quick match.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. How long does that usually take?
Depends how long the quick play goes.
Okay.
But,
okay.
More like 15 minutes max.
Okay. Makes sense. That's probably pretty good. I would say that's okay for that. And honestly, I think that you should consider. So you're implying that you don't warm up with Genji as much.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I think that I would consider at least a 5-minute warm up with Genji.
Well, the thing is, when I'm queuing competitive, right?
Yeah.
I'm going into deathmatch.
Yeah.
That is my warm up for Genji.
Sure. But how long is that? Is that deathmatch? 5 minutes?
Because the queue times are so long.
Sure. If they're so long, then you're probably good. But I would say just at the very least with Genji, just maybe even just 2 or 3 minutes on like a Vaxta code or something like that, or an AIM arena.
Oh, sure,
It's not optimal, but it's better than nothing. I think it's just kind of keep an eye on that. Just keep an eye on that.
Yes.
Okay. Are you taking breaks between those games?
Taking breaks depends. If I lose one, I switch to tank, and if I lose that again, then I don't play for like 30 minutes.
Okay. Do you take a break even if you are not tilted?
If I'm not tilted, probably not actually.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good habit to get into. Even like here's the thing. When I say break, I don't necessarily mean like taking 10, 15 minutes and not playing anymore or playing another role. I'm saying just getting up from your keyboard and walking around.
Yeah.
just for 60 seconds. You should try that for a week, where between every game, every single game, whether you win or lose, you take a break and move around. And I think what that does is it proactively prevents you from getting a little bit tilted, just because you're moving and you're relaxing, and you're also allowing yourself the ability to like refocus in on the game, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I would recommend trying that for a week between every game. Just take 60 seconds, get from your computer, walk around, and sit back down. That's it. Even if you're tilted, even if you just won, even if you popped off, do it anyway. See how it goes. Make sense?
Definitely will do that.
Try it. It might not be something you could consistently stick with, but that you might find yourself playing a little bit more focused, like a little bit more energy, and maybe getting tilted a little bit less often too.
Yep.
Okay. GM5 is the goal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you placed on DPS yet?
Yes.
What did you place? Diamond?
Plat 1. Nope.
Plat 1. Got it. Makes sense. Everyone's placing at least a rank lower. So, yeah. What is feeling holding back from improving? I think I'm too aggressive, and I lose space because of it. All right. So talk to me about being too aggressive, the mentality, the understanding that goes along with that, and so on.
So usually that's points came from me playing Genji too aggressively sometimes, because I'm like, I'm Genji. I have to be aggressive. I have to be the guy playmaking sometimes. But yeah, other times I'm like not even making the right shots in that sense. So I dash too early, and then like the supports just pick me off.
Yeah.
Or I blade too early, and then it's just like a dead blade.
Sure. So it sounds like just a lot of aggression without a lot of like calculations, intelligence, decision making behind it.
Yeah, and then usually also the point about the nano, right? also comes into play. But
Yeah.
like sometimes the supports are not ready for my blades. Then other times I call it out in voice channel, or I do the I don't know the pin for attacking. I don't know what it's called, but it's just like the
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Genji says I move to strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like a call out. I'm gonna blade now.
Yeah.
That usually works, but other times it's just like I don't know. There's a shield or just a sometimes bad corner play or something like that, and then the Ana can't nano me, and then I die.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Let's keep going here. Yeah. So definitely sounds like some like intelligence with how you're approaching things is probably worth taking a look at, like how you approach the game. Let's get this. Okay, so then you have a code here. Now, what? Tell me about these codes before we pull them up. Like, what are the difference? Like, there's a win and a loss. What's a world? Why did you choose these codes?
Why did I choose these codes? I chose Blizzard World because just because of the wall climb, to be honest. Because like I thought, I could use wall climb, get out of there, but then if wall climb doesn't work, what do I do?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So, what one would you prefer to start with? We got 3 of them here.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know, the Blizzard one first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get this started here.
Perfect.
This you?
Yes.
Lovely.
That's probably like one of my first games.
Look, bookmarks. That's new.
I don't know what that is.
What is this for? Oh, there's all the. These are the eliminations and the death. What the heck?
Season 9, I guess.
I guess so. Oh yeah, this is what they talked about at BlizzCon, and I was like,
oh, yeah.
why nobody cares? Like what? I use the replay viewer all the time, and I don't understand like the value of this.
But they still didn't fix the annoying sound when
yeah, right there. Did you hear that? Yeah. That was it right there. And they also didn't change it so that these options always reset. They never save.
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah, it's really annoying because like when you have your time skip interval length, like for example, like this, I don't want it ever to be 20. I just want it to stay at 7 or 8, but it always resets. Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
Oh, by the way, that was so funny.
Yeah, this is suspicious. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you have an idea of how to play Genji. Maybe that's a mistake. But I wanna like let things cook just a little bit, and then we'll teach from once we actually see a couple of fights. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
This is unreal. I'd be very careful about using my dash early there. You don't really like one of the things you have to understand with dash is that like it doesn't really increase your DPS. Because what it does is it forces you to a 180, and it might make her miss. But really, it might have been better just to throw more shurikens, to be honest with you.
Fair.
Like here, just throw more shurikens. Keep throwing shurikens. Keep throwing shurikens. Keep throwing shurikens. Just keep throwing shurikens. Just keep throwing. Especially with a new hitbox buff, like you're not going to miss shurikens. You're going to force their ice block. Then you could use your dash to like finish the kill. Or if you like screw up really badly, you could just dash out, right? Yep. Don't just use your dash when you're on top of somebody. When you're already on top of them, that's like your maximum DPS.
And I thought Tracer would back me up there, but
yeah. But even then, you see how like you were hitting your shurikens, then you dashed, and then you missed your shurikens because you dashed.
Yep, exactly.
It's not bad to dash. There's just you need to be doing it for the right reasons. Getting close to somebody is a good reason to dash. Like right now, if you were like, let's say the soldier was over here and you dashed to shoot so you could get close to the soldier so you could hit shurikens, that's fine. But then now, do you really need to use dash?
I don't really need to use dash.
Right, you're close enough. Right, you're close enough. Now, the other use of dash, which we're kind of forgetting, is that it does make the enemy team miss. So, like, let's say that you're here and you like use your dash to get behind the soldier to make him turn around. That's good. That's kind of what you did with the Mei. But ultimately, you also missed too, which was kind of funny. But either way, like it's okay to do that. Just make sure that like you have to be very careful about like judging the benefit, the cost versus the benefits of that. I mean, that's just dying with CDs. Deflect there was right there. Yeah. I think you also got you got nuked as well.
I got literally exploded. 250? 0 basically.
Ryan Hammer hits you once.
Yeah.
Like, on a Shutsu, Soldier hits a couple of headshots, I think, is what happens.
No, I think it was Helix missiles, actually.
Maybe it was, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was Helix, on a shot, Ryan swing.
Yeah, it kind of exploded.
Burst damage, by the way.
Yeah.
They fixed it.
True, yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah,
what she's doing.
I had to get my revenge.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
now
yeah.
the wall climb thing is gonna come. Oh my god. It's gonna come. I died because of it.
It might be worth taking a look at like what you're doing. Like this one looks like there's just a bug with like this section right here, right?
Yep.
But this one, that one there has to be some sort of user error right there. Maybe I'm coping. I don't know. Okay.
You can gladly also try it in that spot.
Okay.
It's
oh my gosh! There's no way! There's no way! Did you just see? They just freaking bounced. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, we've got yet another silly death. Okay.
No.
This is gonna be a short VOD review, I think.
I thought you could go around here, but just too little map knowledge for this map.
Now this is interesting. This is something that I noticed a little bit. I was playing Genji on Numbani, and I noticed that I could like take all these flanks that normally would feel like too long because I had so much like the passive heal, right? Like I call it the DPS passive 2.0, essentially, where it's like you normally would like, oh, I take poke damage, I have to go grab a health pack. Not anymore. So, I think you need to be pretty quickly here making a play, hopefully. That's what we talk about with Dash, right? Just keep throwing shurikens. But yeah, you can go in these deeper angles and deeper flanks when you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Again, there's your DPS passive kicking in as well in that Mercy pocket. I would not bother shooting Valkyrie. I would find another target instead. Go for the Ana here.
Should I shoot there?
Well, you tell me.
Brian has a shield up.
Yeah, well, is this the best position that you could be in right now?
Probably not. I could be on high ground then.
Yeah, you could. You could rotate left, you could rotate right, you could take the high ground. Like, if there isn't a good target to shoot, that means it's just more time to think and reposition, right? It's okay to use dash there because you were a little far away.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Genji nerf.
I actually think it's a buff. I really do. I think the only
gonna kill that Bessie.
dash here.
Yeah. Should have.
1, 2. Yeah. But she's dead either way, right? So it doesn't matter. I think the blade swing is the big thing. The only thing that feels really bad for blade for me now is that like because you're so easy to shoot now, like the unsheathing is really dangerous. So okay, I think this blade's okay. The dash should have been used there. You needed to create more distance between yourself and Ryan. And I also think here you need to play your life at the HP that you're at.
Yeah, that's what I mean about aggressive.
Right. Okay, but see, what's the problem here? You said aggressive. I'm too aggressive. Okay, what was it? It's good to be aggressive sometimes, right? Why was it bad to be aggressive here?
Well, I was low HP. I think that's most of it. I would have survived otherwise.
And by the way, that's all there it needs to be.
Yep.
When
Also
you are low HP,
well.
right. So when you're low HP or don't have your deflect, please play a little bit more cautiously until you do. That's what the problem was there. So whenever you have these problems about like I'm too aggressive, this isn't like a personality test. You know what I'm saying? You just need to be like, what do I need to change? In what way was I too aggressive? Fix that specific thing. One thing as well, you might want to take a look at your left clicks versus right clicks. Just a little bit. Like right here.
Like, you know,
go ahead.
My mindset changed on season 9. I was like, yo, let's spread my blades. Everyone gets the DPS passive. In their games now. Everyone gets minus 20% healing.
I see what you're saying, but how useful is that in this particular situation?
Not that really.
Do you see like there's no real combat happening here? And when the combat is happening there, it's likely that the DPS passive is already going to be spread. It doesn't last long enough for that to be a viable strategy. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I look at it the other way. I look at it that like your shurikens are like the size of freaking harpoons right now. So why would you not play more sniper Genji here? Normally you just kind of like throw some left clicks here to maybe hit it. If you throw left clicks here, there's a legitimate, unironically, a legitimate chance that you hit triple headshot the soldier.
Okay.
And that's what I was finding out. I was like, whoa, I'm like building blades so fast. Like I'm doing like these crazy sniper plays that like before I was not like hitting these shurikens. I think you need to consider like even there, triple headshot. Try it. Try it. I think you'll be surprised at how many shurikens that you actually hit. And it will, like even here, she's standing still and you're still right clicking. So you're missing a pretty decent chunk of shurikens there. And then obviously you misjudged the dash a little bit there.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, look at that. 11 HP. That's actually so unfortunate, you know?
Yeah.
That's all right. It's still a reasonable play. Good use of your deflect. Now just chill. And this is where that DPS passive, what I call DPS passive, is going to be really helpful, right? Look at that. There you go. You're right back in.
Exactly. So funny to me. See, season 8 was so different for the Genji, and now it's so different again.
This is just a faster disengage, and you're good. You did your job. You forced him out. You broke the spawn camp, and now the soldier's gonna die. But you just messed up.
Oh, he doesn't die. I don't know.
So what's the mistake here?
Mistake here. I didn't help out my team that much. Everyone focused on me.
But the play is fine, right? You're on the flank or on the back line. You got CDs. You got some cover. What's the mistake?
I don't know. I could have dashed, I guess.
Why didn't you? I mean, not like a second from now. Like right now, you should be disengaging. Why?
True, yeah. Because 3 people are engaging me.
Yeah.
And 3
You're not. Are you gonna get a kill here?
Definitely not.
No, nobody could. It's impossible. It's like there's 3 people on you. They're all full HP. They're all peeling back. They're all focusing you. This is why I said the soldier should have died, because like you pulled all this attention. The problem is that you die. So not only do you die, but that allows these supports, instead of focusing you down, they can turn on and go help the soldier again.
Yes, true.
So when you die, when you should have lived, you allow other people to live when they should have died.
Yeah, that's a weird analogy.
So let me give you an explanation of what I want you to do. Going back to what you were saying earlier with the blade, you know, when you have low HP, play your life. Let me add another variable to that. When you have multiple people focusing you down, play your life. This is something every flanker has to worry about. I'm actually going to make a video on it called the Kevster principle, who's like a really good pro player, tracer player that's really good at applying this. And basically, when there's multiple people looking at me, my priority shifts from kill to live, because my team will win if I live. Because look at this. I mean, come on. Like, you're probably looking at this. Look at the whole team. They're focusing me down. Like, oh. And you're right. If you had dashed, deflected, anything, you would have lived this, though. And this guy would have died.
Yes, true.
It's like playing Winston into Bastion Reaper Cassidy. If you jump and live, your team will win, because they're all going to focus the monkey, and then, you know, they're going to lose, right? But if you jump them and then die, you'll live for 1 second and then die instantly, and then they're going to go kill your team afterwards. Distraction only matters if you live the distraction, or live the distraction long enough. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, yeah.
You're dying so quickly on these distraction plays that it's not even mattering. Get that soldier mercy. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Nice. Be careful about dashing in there. A little fortunate there. You did need to get close to that Mei, but obviously dashing into a Mei without your dash is a little risky, just because she can freeze you. Although her freeze didn't get buffed. It's easier to track with freeze, but freeze was always easy to track with. So yeah, okay, not bad, not bad. Maybe I could keep going here. You see what I'm saying with the left clicks there? You should have killed that Mercy. Yeah. You almost got her. There you go. Hey, it's so dumb.
Yeah, the Mei is crouching all the time.
It's not even smart. Like, honestly, there, if you have a little bit more support, you're a little faster, she should just die. What? Why didn't she ice block?
Oh.
Okay, this Mei is really something else. Good job on shooting her, by the way. This is good. Because there's no chance that you die there, right? You have your dash, you can just drop down, you're fine.
Yeah, but you should have.
I will say this, though. I will say this. Stay on that target.
I thought like pocket and was like, nah, not worth it really.
But well, okay, so let's think about it. Remember, what is your job? Kevster principle, right?
Yeah.
If you got a pocketed sojourn on you, and you're dueling that pocketed sojourn, and the fight is starting, what does that mean for your team?
2 people are focusing one person.
2 people are focused on you, and as long as you have your HP and you have your deflect, which you do, then you're fine. You're not going to die, right? You shouldn't die anyway. So the other thing, too, is ask yourself, at what range are you most effective?
In the close range.
Close range. So do you see what the problem is by turning around from a squishy that you actually probably couldn't kill, but maybe could kill and certainly could distract into a Reinhardt that's across the map.
Yep.
Bad target, bad range, bad application of the quote-unquote Kevster principle, right? And not only that, but the funny thing is that you're actually wrong because what you missed is this. Your ball actually went in with you. This was a kill opportunity right here.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah. And even if my point is that even if you did miss that, right? It still was your job. You turned around from a squishy, you had your cooldowns, 2v1. You turned away because it was a 2v1 when you should have stayed because it was 2v1. You wanted to.
Kind of weird.
You know, a lot of people look at the pocketed situations with Mercy and they're like, oh, I can't kill that target, so therefore I shouldn't bother. No. If you could take that 2v1 and live it, it's good. Now, what you shouldn't bother with was like the old Pharah Mercy, right? The old Pharah. Why? Because what can Genji do versus an old Pharah Mercy?
Left click.
Right. Literally nothing. There's no chance to contest them. You can't live it. But if it's a target that you can actually contest, maybe could kill, threaten, harass, can live with your deflect and so on, then yeah, play to distract it. Control that angle. Try to live it. Waste their time, right? This is extremely risky, but I get it. The Tracer died at a really bad time.
By the way, Soldier doesn't die there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that I think Blade should probably 2-tap here. At least a 120 would make sense, but yeah.
I don't know what the Mei is doing, but...
I have no idea. Nice. Close the distance with dash, finish the kill. Nice. Shotgun character. Gotta love it.
Yep.
Nice job.
True. I watched your videos and how many times you said shotgun character. I think like
I know.
injected it into my veins at this point.
Good. It's really important. It's really, really important. Because it changes the positions that you take and the angles that you take, you know?
Yes.
Even like the Reinhardt, like the Kevster principle we just had, right? Where you went back to the Reinhardt, that's shotgun character. That's a misapplication. You should. Fine. Don't really need to do much here. Nice. Now this is where you got to make a decision. Do I commit my dash to get close because shotgun character, or do I stay here and focus the Reinhardt instead?
Yeah, I think I choose not to because it would be a 4v1 and I would just explode.
Yeah, and that's not a 4v1 that you can feel like I can comfortably live, right? Because you could be like, oh, I could distract 3 people. It's not 3v1. I could distract them for a long time. Yeah, but I think you'd probably die. So probably not worth it. Yeah.
And I can't dash out because I dash in.
That's it exactly. Yeah. That's why pre-fight positioning is so important because it allows you to set up without having to use your dash, and then you can save your dash to either get the kill or just dash out if you need to.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's
Okay.
take his right, please.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit more of that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like it's me being lost in season 9 of just like, oh, I'm gonna do the season 9 pass. It's just my urge, actually, just because like I want to try the new feature.
Yeah, it's like these experiment ideas to where like, in the moment you're like, okay, maybe that would work, but wait, no, it's actually not really doing what I thought it would do. So maybe it's not all that good. I'm trying to think of an example of something like that. Shoot. There's going to be a lot of that. Let's put it that way. There's going to be a lot of those moments where you're like limit testing, experimenting stuff because you're like, maybe this is the case. And you're like, oh, never mind. That's actually not the case at all. So never mind. That's bad.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions so far?
Bad positioning for me. I know.
Right now?
I think so, yeah.
Why?
Because
I actually don't mind it so much, but this is bad positioning from your team. Because you see your ball,
yeah,
and then you see your backline, like your backline's too passive and your ball's too aggressive, and so I get it.
That's why bad positioning for me, because look at the honor. Where's the honor? Like nowhere. The Kiriko can't heal me. The Tracer is literally nowhere, and my ball is going in, so it's bad positioning for me.
So what would be better?
To play with my other 4 people and hope that my ball survives.
Sure. So you're saying screw the ball. I'll play on an angle that's a little bit closer to my team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
What I thought there. Actually.
Works for me.
I think I tried to help out ball there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind you as long as you can look at this and be like, I'm not going to die. It's okay. Because your team does walk forward a little bit. See, Tracer is engaged. Kiriko, Ana are peeking now. I think it's all right. Okay. You don't even need to grab the Mega there.
Yeah, instinctively.
I
If I don't get the Mega, someone else will.
That's true. That's true. Oh dear. Now, this is silly. Why is this silly?
I pushed too far.
Why? In relation to what? And what does too far mean?
To what? So the Rhine was targeting me. He knows I'm there. Probably pinged me as well. So Kiriko knows already that I'm there instinctively. Has better aim because she knows that I'm there.
You're thinking too hard. You're right, but you're thinking too hard. Where's your ball?
I don't know where my ball is.
Where's your Tracer?
Behind me.
Where's your Ana Kiriko?
Also behind me.
Your Tracer is actually the only one that's helping at all right now, and your Ana Kiriko are not even close.
Yeah, true.
That's the problem here. The problem is just like, it's not even necessarily engaging too far. Like maybe your ball and Tracer slam over here and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go help them. That's fine. But you're literally by yourself.
Yeah, I thought I could deflect out of there, but then the Sombra switch like threw me off.
But even if you do deflect out of there, like where's your escape route? Going back this way? I mean, you could honestly probably get chased down here. Honestly, like they could probably chase you and potentially kill you, right?
Yeah.
You dash out this way, maybe you catch a stray Rhinehammer and die. Like there's so many things that could go wrong even without the Sombra swap here, just because of how isolated you are. Like you go in before your ball goes in. Like that should probably be a red flag.
Okay.
So we've said timing of some of your engagements is poor. You continue to engage despite being low HP.
Yeah.
You don't play your life when 3 people look at you. Yep. And sometimes you will have an engagement with a Mercy Pocket at DPS and look away from it to go chase a tank because you think Mercy Pocket, no point.
Yes.
Right? So we kind of have like a cluster of things. I'm most interested right now in the choosing your positioning and your engagements around timing and your HP and your CDs more.
Okay.
I think that's probably going to be the thing that's going to cut down the most on your deaths while still allowing you to play aggressively. Because I want you to play aggressive. I want you to limit test, but I want it to be intelligent. And then the other micro thing is I want you to limit test more with your left click versus right click with the new changes.
Yes.
Notice I said limit test. I don't know. I'm not a genius.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nobody knows for sure, but I think it's probably a pretty good guess. It's at least worth trying out. Do you need your dash to close the distance here?
Yeah, because I double jumped like an idiot.
Yeah. But I think even without the double jump, I think it's probably fine to use dash here. Because also, can you live if you dash here? Do you have cover? Do you have your deflect?
I do have cover and I do have deflect.
You do. So you should dash in here, right click, deflect, out, disengage. You should be okay. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
You move this way instead of in towards cover. That's probably why this feels a little messy.
Yes. Because I thought, yeah, let's go higher on them.
Yep. Now, additionally, you were down 100 HP.
Yes.
And weren't quite as cautious as you should have been with your deflect. Deflect here and you're fine. You actually get hit by Ryan Swing and Ana. Yeah. So with the play itself was fine, but I don't think you responded and respected your HP enough, nor did you respect the burst damage enough. Now, this is, again, going to be something that's a mistake for sure, but it's a mistake forced by these new changes.
Yes.
Because you're not used to that. That happened to me. I played a couple of Tracer games, and there was like a new Queen Street game in particular, where I was like, oh my gosh, that Echo just like took me from 80 to 0 instantly, like just with one like shot. I did not think she could hit that shot. You know, it's like that's something that you're just going to have to get used to.
Yes.
Good angle here. Good try. She was super close. I think she gets the Suzu. What happens here? Maybe not even. I think she might get an Ana shot. Oh no, you just missed Shurikens there. Yeah, Nade and missed Shurikens. That's so good though. It's fine. And this is DPS passive, right? You see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Go back, hold the angle.
Game is so different.
Go right back and hold the angle. Don't go back. Don't. Yeah, you see it? It's wasted time. Go right back.
Yeah, just muscle memory.
Yeah. Left click. Even your right click there on that initially on the Ana should have been a left click.
Instinctively going for the health back.
And don't peel back on the Rhine. Go here.
Yeah.
Fish for a kill here, right? Fish for a kill here. Right click there. Don't right click. Left click. Because you know you're gonna. Here's the way to look at it. You at best are gonna land. I don't even think you can land 2 Shurikens there. I think you might only be able to hit 1. With the spread of the right click. So with left click, there's a chance that you hit 2. There's a chance that you hit 3. Go for the left click.
True, man.
Good. Scary.
I dodged that.
I mean, it's good. It's good. Obviously, the only thing I would say here is probably that dash needs to be a little further, right? Like dash a little further out this way, and then deflect, and possibly disengage. But yeah.
Yeah, you tried
it was all right. I mean, you guys were down a bunch. It was a good try. It was a good try. You could have also probably lived in their spawn if you'd wanted to go that way as well.
True.
But yeah. No right click there.
I right click a lot.
Yeah. Old habits die hard.
Yeah, really die hard.
This is where you're going to feel the changes the most.
I felt the changes so hard.
So first off, the way that you're setting up this blade is like actually brain dead, respectfully. Yes. You cannot be this direct. You had the high ground. You could have smoked this Reinhardt first off, or just even taken the angle here. Like this is so much safer. So then you get hit by, wait, you do get hit. Oh, wait.
How did I get hit there? What
did you get hit by Reinhardt?
I don't know.
Wait, let me find out. Yeah, no, you got hit by the Torb. Okay, because I don't know if they got hit by the Reinhardt chip charge. So you get hit by the Torb.
Yes. Go in.
And then there you go. Headshot. Bang. Bang.
Yep.
You're gonna feel that change. Like let me actually see if you actually hit the shots. That one felt like that should have missed. That one probably hit, honestly. And that one probably hit. So even actually, honestly, even with the season 9 changes, you still would have died here.
Yeah, it's just a bad play.
Yeah, it was just a bad play. It was just a bad play. But that's one thing you're going to notice is that you're just like a sponge for damage, right? So you really got to set up wisely. Set up on angles. The timing of the blade was fine. The placement of how you set it up was not so fine.
True.
Okay. Stay on the Torb. Walk forward. I think it's worth it, you know, even just to like that at that point in time, you needed to do a little jumping over the lava, and like you need to actually finish this kill quickly. Oh, that's fine. It was a good try. Love the Reaper swap. I don't know what possesses people to think Reaper's good into Reinhardt.
I don't know.
I see this all the time, especially when you don't even have a brawl tank of your own. It's just a ball. Like, what does the Reaper expect? He's gonna get his Wraith Force instantly.
I just to kill the Torb actually. Then, yeah.
That's true. I feel like Torb's okay versus Reaper. Oh my gosh, this guy. Look at him. He's just hammering away. Look at his dude. This is good.
It's a competitive match, by the way.
This is good. This is good. Right click. Right click. Bam. Love to see it. Bam. You're feeling it. You're feeling it. You're feeling it. You're popping off. Deflect. Still to back out. That's good. That's good. That was good. Good play. Well timed as well. With your ball and all that. Left click. Left click. Left click. Left. Honestly, consider left clicking on the on it. Oh my gosh, this Mei is not a real human being.
Yeah, but then she survived somehow. Actually, I think. Yep.
Stay on her. She should die here. Honestly, Stan. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. Don't talk about that.
You know, some of these are just user error. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these are just user error.
That's fair. I'm not a machine after all.
Yeah, not despite you need to role play a little more, you know?
Ah.
You are a cyborg ninja, you know.
True, true.
I think you can live in their spawn. Nice. Little risky, but yeah, sure. Good discipline on the blade as well. I think once you get that kill, it's like they're not. You have a better respawn. So yeah. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Like it feels like you're role playing cyborg ninja, right? You're on the flank. You're on the angle. You're utilizing that DPS passive. You're utilizing the other DPS passive. I don't care. It's not technically a DPS passive. Is a Reinhardt using the 50 or the 20 healing per second after 5 seconds?
If he has shield up.
Right.
Yes.
He's going to get a whole whopping 30 healing. Thank you so much for my 705,000 trillion HP target.
True.
Yeah. Wow, what are you doing here? Ah! Ah! That's really unfortunate. Just need to stay on the angle, you know, stay in the high ground. Because that sucks.
I tripped.
Are you thinking about Nanoblade? You're thinking about Nanoblade, aren't you?
I think I was thinking about Nanoblade.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looks like you're like looking really intently in backline, and then you're just like kind of trolling with your positioning.
I was like, yeah, let's set up here. That's why I'm looking up as well.
Yeah, yeah. Be careful. Ooh, that's always risky as well. Good blade. But yeah, just be careful about like letting your Nanoblade get in the way of just good Genji play. Because the irony is that like the best way to set up a Nanoblade is good Genji play. Like just to stay on the high. Imagine a Nanoblade that you just like pull out right here. Unstoppable, right? Unstoppable. It's when you start to get your deflect force, you get backed out, and now you don't know where people are, and then the far goes over here, and the cure goes over there. It's like, yeah, you start to mess things up. So be careful.
That was definitely not clean, but it worked.
Yeah. Well, it's all about the setup, right? Like it's so much harder. It's all the Nanoblades that you see failed are almost exclusively setup failures. Because you got messed up, or your dash got forced, or like you lost track of positioning, or whatever. It's good.
Or an immo.
Yeah, this is or that. But even that is very easy to play around an immo if you're set up really, really well, because you could always finish the kill.
Yep.
It's when you make it reliant off of I have to one-shot this target, otherwise the blade fails. That's when you screw yourself over. By the way, this was a really clean fight from you. You held an off angle. They use an ultimate, your team backs off. You back off, but you actually keep the angle. You see this? So because of that, you're able to keep the DPS passive, keep the pressure on the Rhine, and it also makes it really scary for the enemy backline to walk forward because they're still looking at this guy up here. Oh shoot, this guy's up here. Oh crap. So the Reinhardt actually dies by himself because his backline is too scared to walk forward.
Yes. Those are bombs there.
Right. Well, you and the bombs, really, both of you, to be honest, because the bombs weren't even here initially, because they used the Kitsune rush, and look, they're looking at you and they're looking at Genji. The Mei is standing perfectly still, and then she's like, oh, she's scared, and yeah, like this is good. This is good. The Ashe was also shooting you and not your ball, and so on. So it was good. And then you use your cooldowns well. You close the distance. You still have your deflect just in case things mess up. It was a good fight. It was a really nice fight.
Nice, thanks.
Yep. Wall climb worked. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has something to do with the radius on where you're looking.
Mm-hmm.
How long you press space.
What are you doing? This Mei is legitimately like addled. I think I don't like.
True bot gameplay.
Like she ice blocks.
Yes.
And she's freezing. She's freezing. She's freezing. What is she freezing? What is she doing? I'm convinced. I just don't understand. Okay, so let's talk about you. Okay. This is fine. This is probably not so fine here. This dash here, because first off, was the dash necessary to hit shurikens at this range?
No.
Probably not. I kind of tough, right? Kind of tough. But the difference between this, and remember we asked this question way back over here with the Sombra. What's the difference between the engage in the Sombra here and where you're engaging it from right here? Remember what we asked? Where's the cover?
Wide open. The cover is
exactly.
Minimal.
I would not mind if you like dash on the life over here and then you could go in here and then you could like, this would be great. But this one just feels very naked.
Yes.
Which means that if there's anybody here to punish this, if the Mei, for example, wasn't totally brain dead, right? You probably would die here. Probably would die here. Or if the Genji was anywhere near, you would probably die here. Whereas if you were here, yeah, the Mei could kill you, but it would take a lot longer. And that's kind of like the idea. It's like if they're going to kill you, at least make it really expensive. This is not really expensive. So I question that dash.
Okay.
This is good. What is she doing? Like,
no, this is competitive, by the way.
I thought this was like, you said this was like plat 1, right?
No, this is placements.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it should have been like these are like a theory, like these are theory like diamond players of last season, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ryan. Nice. DPS passive kicking in. Unfortunate. Nice. Take your angle. Don't chicken out. Take the angle. Take the angle. Take the angle. Where should you be?
I should be on the high ground.
On the high ground left. You could even wrap around here with your Kiriko over here. Like, not here. And I'd probably be looking for pressure on the Mei here. Okay, the Valk's ended, so now I can go for her, but...
Yeah, I was kind of waiting from that, I think.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The blade timing is fine. Blade target is not so good.
Yeah.
You did a dash right at this Life Weaver's feet, right? So that if he pedals, you go with him. And then he dies. 100%. He's dead.
Yeah, he pedals there.
That is a purely cosmetic blade.
True.
Oh, you get a couple of slashes on the Genji, so that's good. Okay. We got more time here if you want to look at some more gameplay here.
Okay. Fair.
Which code would you move on to?
I would say the lose, actually.
The lose, okay. What do you think so far? We've talked about a lot of little things, but I'd like to get some sort of a rhyme or reason behind some of the things and ultimately have some specific goals for you to work on.
What do you mean by reason? Could you give me like maybe like...
Sure. I would like a line of focus, like a checklist of this thing I need to practice, this thing I need to practice, this thing I need to practice.
Okay.
Instead of just like this detail, you know, I want something more specific than that.
So what you said was basically like health discipline. Which basically means that I mean,
take your time.
Oh, so the positioning of the left clicks also, like,
yep,
and the dash in going in. Yeah, that okay. So when do I do that, and where am I when I dash in or dash out? Ooh,
so not just like asking yourself like, should I dash or should I not, but like, do I have like a game plan? You know, like, do I have just the deflect? You were actually, I will say, one of the strong points of your gameplay is that you rarely wasted your deflect. It felt like you always had a game plan with your deflect, so that you were always like, you never used your deflectors to try to shoot spam back at the enemy team. So like whenever you did dash, you almost always had your deflect. I don't know if that's from my videos or just your skill or things you've been working on.
I watch your videos a lot.
Yeah, it shows. It shows. So I think that was one of the things that is not an issue. But what was an issue sometimes is when you dashed in, you weren't aware of your HP, or you didn't have like a good cover escape route. Those are like the two things I want to kind of keep an eye on.
That is my problem that I pointed out to you in the
yep.
text.
Yep, and I think you're right. Let's keep going. Any questions so far?
Exactly. One question actually.
Yep.
With the new health buff, what do you think is the right amount of health to say, okay, Genji is a good enough health to go in for a kill? I mean, I know it depends.
Totally depends,
say it's a 1v1 against like a normal DPS hero.
Well, what about with previous Overwatch 2?
Like 100 health.
What about the previous season? Was it 180, 190, 200, 150, 100? Depending on the target, depending on their status of their HP and their cooldowns and so on, right?
Yeah.
Just translate that to 250 HP and the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's confusing. Everything is 10 times more confusing this patch.
It's just minor details. Full HP is still full HP.
Okay, with health passive. 2.5 seconds on support.
Yeah, right. So if anything, it should be in theory easier because you have a DPS, a minus healing debuff that you apply. The support passive applies 0.5 seconds later too. So there's even more freedom. The only bad thing is that if you're dashing something that's going to be super easy to hit stuff on you, but also it's super easy to hit stuff on them. I think Genji is overall like going to feel fairly decent. I think it's going to be, but anyway, the answer is no different than it was with Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2 Season 8. Maybe a tiny bit easier.
This is one of the matches I try my best on.
What do you mean one of the matches where you try your best on?
Because like, I was trying to get a lot of games just to for this video.
Yeah.
To have something to show.
Sure.
I was trying hard. I was really try-harding here.
Hopefully you do that as many percentage of as large of a percentage of games as you possibly can. I
mean, I'm also playing for fun sometimes in competitive.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Now this is funny. We talk about a shotgun character, right?
Yes.
Do I want to shotgun a Winston or an enemy Genji?
Not really.
It's kind of like there's no real reason to, right? So if you're going to shotgun anybody, what angle would you take?
I can't really shotgun anyone, to be honest.
Right.
Too far away.
Well, if you were, you'd have to like hard flank all the way over here, right?
Yeah, true.
So then, respectfully, why the frick are you here?
I just felt cool because the Mercy pocketed me.
Right, but now you just kill your Mercy. So like you could use the Mercy pocket by throwing shurikens at this range. Now, would I want to throw shurikens at this range versus an Ashe? No. Then you would want to get close to the Ashe, but you're not getting close to the Ashe. In fact, you're not even looking at the Ashe, right? So just
my Mercy as a sacrificial lamb.
basically that. Yes, this is a good angle and all that, but it makes no sense. Freaking Winston. Get away from that guy. Don't sit there and absorb your Ana pocket. He'll gladly take the two of y'all's attention and then kill your Ana afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you just did basically, here's what you did this fight. You absorbed like double heal pocket and did nothing with it because you just shot tank the entire time. Winston's not a bad tank to shoot, but I don't want to be shooting a Winston when he can also zap me unless he's low in HP.
I remember a time when it was actually a good play to shoot the Winston because you could 1v1 him. Right. Well, if he's low-ish, it's not even terrible. But you got to be hitting like full triple headshot shurikens, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And preferably poking him out at range. Like for example, here, when you take this angle here, I don't necessarily want to get close right away. I want to kind of sit here, throw left click, throw left click, throw left click. So if he does engage on me, he's already missing 150, 200 HP. And then I can right click him in the head and then he dies. Like you see, you're committing your dash on a Genji, but the Genji is really not low enough to justify that. Yeah. And then now where's your escape route, right? Nowhere. So what could you be doing instead? Remember, DPS passive. I could be just hiding.
You could be hiding, yeah. But you could also just walk, shoot shurikens, deep and deep. Like remember, you have heal passive, right? So you could even get up close and try to threaten a shotgun here, play kind of a bait here. Or you could poke out the monkey, but poke out the monkey where he can't zap you back.
True, yeah.
Because that's one of the things that you have versus monkey is that you can poke him out and force his bubble without actually allowing him to zap you. That's really annoying for him. Like you do good damage versus a monkey, just you don't need to get in his face. That was worth it. Worth it because he was low, and obviously that leads to a kill. DPS passive? Yep.
Or more like Mercy and now DPS passive.
Yep. Good. Main thing here is I just don't see any reason to peek the Bob. Just stay on point, Stay on point and sit here. Then you obviously misplay this one, and then yeah.
Yep.
It's not a bad play from you overall.
This is like a tough two rounds.
Oh no. Oh no. I want you laser focused on one target right now.
The Ana, I guess.
Or?
The Reaper.
The Reaper? It's on your team.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Ash. There
Yes, the Ash, right? You have your dash. You have your dash reset. Where, like, who are you dashing over right now? You know what I'm saying? Here's their target.
Why talking to Mercy?
I don't know. It's really dangerous. It's really dangerous, and it's not even necessary anymore. Yeah. Like, because you're going to think about 110. It's 160. 75, 235. A slash dash will not kill an Ashe, but you don't need to one-shot the Ashe anymore because you're going to be applying a DPS passive. And the second slash comes out so fast that what it will be is you will dash. She will coach gun. She actually messed it up. She coach gun into the wall. It's hilarious. Then in slash. A slash will kill a Mercy or an Ashe. Yeah. Slash. Then everything else dies. You know. Oh. Freaking. And this is fine. It's just mechanics. This Ashe is. This is. You're between the Ashe and the Mei. I'm questioning things. Look at this.
It's a lot. What was that? Competitive match, by the way. That one, at least.
A whiffed Nanoblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about with like the projectile passive. Check this out.
I thought she's gonna...
Did you see that? Did you see that?
What was that?
Do you see that? I'm telling you, it's the new projectile buffs. It really helps you deflect out. That no way that hits. Like she actually launched that like a solid quarter of a second ago, and it actually hits the deflect. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're gonna really benefit from that. It's not something that you actually need to think about, but it's you're gonna notice that I got a lot more deflect kills. You see what I'm saying with the left click?
Yes.
Look, even at this range, I wonder because like if you right clicked here, you'd probably only hit one shuriken, but watch the left click. Look at that.
Yes.
Now you right click, good. Probably should not have dashed that because remember dash did not get damage buffed for whatever reason. I don't know why they didn't buff dash, but they should have.
They should have, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 55 damage.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Or maybe even nerfed him slightly elsewhere. Like I've even taken a damage off of a shuriken and given dash like 60, 65 damage, whatever. Because it just messes with your brain.
Personally, I would have loved to see 225 HP Genji and like more like I don't know.
I think he needed the HP. I think he needed the HP, frankly. I think he needed the HP. Because he's so easy to shoot, you know what I'm saying?
I thought deflected most of the work actually.
Well, yes and no. Like it's basically like anything that has mobility, I think needs at least a little bit more HP. But anyway, regardless here, like you look at this and you're like your old muscle memory kicks in.
Yeah.
But this guy actually has 100 HP.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I was like, I can kill him now.
Yeah. Even with the damage booster, that wasn't gonna actually work.
Roadhog comes in.
I would just give up the angle here. I don't want to play with Roadhog. Even with the DPS passive here, even with a Mercy pocket, just take a different angle. Back off. Yeah. Oh my days. Yeah. What are you doing? Now, what's the problem here? There's a lot of things to say here that are the problem, right? Like, like your team's nowhere nearby. There's no escape route. What is it? The dash is not even the problem because you needed the dash to close the distance on the squishies. But where's your team?
3 of them, yeah, somewhere else.
You're fighting almost literally by yourself. Where's your escape route? Where's your deflect to cover?
Nowhere.
I don't know. You could deflect this way and like juke and hide, or I don't think you could even get up here. Like you're screwed. So it's really both of what we talked about earlier combined. You had no escape route. You had no team. The HP was fine, so I guess that was okay. Go. Oh, you should have gone. You should have gone. You should have done it. I was too
scared, to be honest.
You should have done it. You had to. You had to. It's the last fight.
Yeah.
I promise you, you actually win this fight if you do this. I'm not even joking. Because you would have killed 3 of these people. I promise you. And they would have been just a nano hog, and you wish you would have lived. Do you feel sufficiently sad yet?
Yes.
Oh, wait, you did win this fight. What? Oh, you just made it harder on yourself. This guy just wants to show off. Oh my days. Should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Fair. I shouldn't have won that, to be honest.
How did you even track that Mercy? I don't even know who you're dashing here, but like, holy.
That was a plain blade. It's kind of weird.
That was a crazy blade. Wow. Look at that. That was tight. You know what? I'm willing to let you screw that one up just so we can enjoy that blade. Okay, let's stop and take some notes here. Okay, so what do you need to practice? What are some actionable things that you can practice? I will write them down in your channel. What do you think?
Oh, I thought you were gonna write them down.
No. You're gonna tell me, then I will write them down.
Okay. Wait. Let me just gather my thoughts 1 second.
That's fine. Take your time.
So, I'm writing them down myself right now.
Ooh, that's even better.
And then I'm telling him. Do they have to be detailed or
no?
Like
in fact, well, let's put it this way: the easier they are to remember and apply immediately, the better they are.
Okay. So, like I'm gonna say it how you say it. I would say dash discipline, a better dash discipline.
Dash discipline with what? And what does that mean?
With what? When I go in, I have to have an escape route. Especially like against like 3v1 or 2 exactly. And when do I dash out exactly? So that's why dash discipline. Especially for like that Blizzard world when you showed me the 1v3. I should have dashed out there. I could have survived. I had deflect. I had dash. I could.
Where's my team?
Dashed up.
Remember that?
Exactly. Where's my team? Also, I should definitely check my health a bit more because I don't look at my health really. I just notice my frame in that sense, or if the animation of just like the Genji like sighing, like I'm below 30% health. But if I'm not, then I just usually go in. But that's a bad idea because everything hits you way more this patch. And I should be more disciplined when I focus on my targets. That I have enough health to finish them off.
Left click versus right click testing. Go ahead.
Yes. Also, I shouldn't be as scared of a mercy pocket of a 2v1 in that sense, because that's my hero character. That's what he's supposed to do. Supposed to pressure. Supposed to.
I would say just don't be scared of a 2v1 period. You know, just live.
Yeah, exactly. Be annoying in that sense. What am I forgetting here? Exactly. By blading, I should keep in mind that I have a good positioning, and that I don't even have to use my dash actually most of the time if I have good positioning.
Yeah.
And most of the time I actually use my dash, and it's actually my downfall sometimes. Like we saw with the Torbjorns, for example.
Sure. Setting up blades, good angles, not just playing main. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are my notes. You should probably have your own notes. Whatever is most actionable for you, practice these one at a time. One at a time. You don't have to master it before you move on to the next thing, just a little bit by little bit. You have any questions?
Sadly, I don't have my cast gameplay, but
that's okay.
I'm probably gonna book another one,
hour
just for
cast.